Wallahi, my brothers and my sisters, I want you to imagine something. Imagine you come on Yawm al-Qiyamah, you come on the day of judgment, and you ask about your deeds. You know, some deeds that you used to do, and they tell you that it has been rejected, not accepted by Allah. Why? Because it was bid'ah. Because the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, he never did this. Imagine that. Huh? And you are here in this dunya thinking in your self-righteousness, oh, you're getting closer to Allah. Imagine that. Why? Rasulullah, he told us, why this deen is complete. Allah says in the Quran, Al-yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum. Today I have perfected your religion upon you. Akmaltu. Wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati. And I have completed, I have completed my favor upon you. وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا. Ya ikhwan, brothers and sisters, do you know what perfection means? Perfection means you cannot add, you cannot reduce, ya sheikh. Huh? If I tell you this bottle is perfectly full, that means nothing can add, nothing can be added, and nothing can be distracted. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we do this to ourselves? Allah, I'm sorry guys that I'm angry, but why do we do this to ourselves? Rasulullah, he said, I just read the Quran, right? Rasulullah, he said, Allah hadith, he used to say every Friday, he used to say this basically every Friday, you know, after every khutbah. Sorry, before every khutbah, even before the weddings. This is khutbah al-hajah. وَشَرُّ الْأُمُورِ, the worst of these, مُحْدَثَاتُهَا, the newly invented ones. وَكُلُّ مُحْدَثَةٍ بِدْعَةٍ, and every newly invented thing is a bid'ah. This is talking about in religion. You know, some people, you know, the Ahlul Bid'ah, very think they're smart. They come and tell you, oh, what about the camera that you're using? Is that not an invented thing? We're talking about the religion of Allah, ya Shaykh. Talking about the religion of Allah, ya Shaykh. What are you saying? Huh? وَكُلُّ مُحْدَثَةٍ بِدْعَةٍ, and every newly invented matter is a bid'ah. وَكُلُّ بِدْعَةٍ ضَلَالَةٍ, and every bid'ah is a misguidance. وَكُلُّ ضَلَالَةٍ فِي النَّارِ, and every misguidance is in the fire of hell. Now, does that not scare you? كُلُّ بِدْعَةٍ ضَلَالَةٍ وَكُلُّ ضَلَالَةٍ فِي النَّارِ, every misguidance is in the fire. Every bid'ah is dalal, every bid'ah is misguidance, and every misguidance is in the nar. Why would you risk your akhirah for such little thing, for your pride? And this is the thing about Ahlul Bid'ah, it's all about pride. Because you will tell them, Ya Sheikh, what are you doing? Where did we get this religion from? And they will tell you. So I'm going to tell you how to spot Bid'ah and stay away from them, even as a layman. Layman. Huh? First thing, Bid'ah is mostly done in groups, in congregation. You know, it's also, oh, let's make dua after salah together in congregation and raise our hands. Oh, after salah, let's do dhikr together. Let's sit in a circle, do dhikr together. Oh, after, stuff like that, weird stuff like that. Wallah, this is one thing to know. If you ever see something feels funny, because that's one thing about Ahlul Bayt. That's one thing about, okay, this religion is beautiful. We have fitrah. You know, bid'ah is, you feel funny, bro. Especially if it's the first time you're witnessing this. It's a funny feeling. You know, there's a difference between something being, oh, you've never seen it before, and something being, ajib, this is strange. It's a funny feeling. Wallahi, you have to know that this is the fitrah Allah has given us to distinguish the wrong from the good. And the reason, so that's the trick. That's the one tip to know bid'ah from non-bid'ah. It's mostly done in groups, ya Sheikh. It's mostly done in groups. And the reason is very simple. Wallahi, is because Ahlul Bid'ah, they think they're so smart. They think they're smarter than Rasulullah who came with this religion. Smarter than Umar, Abu Bakr, all the companions, radiallahu anhum ajma'een. I think they're smarter than them, smarter than the tabi'in, smarter than, the imams of the four madahib. That they can come up with a way to worship Allah that the Prophet Muhammad didn't know or didn't tell us. Yeah, Shaykh, do you know how ajib bid'ah is? Wallahi, it's not a small matter. This is not a light matter, wallahi. Amrun thaqil. Amrun thaqilun. Ajib, wallahi. So, if you're doing a bid'ah is basically saying that I have found something that the Prophet Muhammad, either he knew it and he didn't tell us, or he didn't know it, and this is a thing that is good. I'm adding, so there was a thing that is good that Allah did not tell Rasulullah to tell us, and you have found it because you are so smart. So that's why they do it in groups. They cannot live by themselves. They think they're so smart, and they've come up with this good thing. Yeah, Sheikh, they've come up with this good thing, and they have to share it to the people. So that's why it's mostly in groups. And if you come up with something like this, do you feel funny about something like this? It might not be. It might just be, weird feelings. But if your gut is right, if you think your gut is right, ask someone. Go online. I mean, not to mean that everyone online is upon the right aqidah, but yeah, you just go online. You know, just look at the good websites, and that's a conversation for another day. But do that. I know at least Ahlul Bidah, they're very scared to come online because they know they're gonna get refuted. They know we're not gonna let them do this online. So just go, just type it in. Is this Bidah? The people of Ahlul Sunnah, Ahlul Hadith, they have refuted all the shubahat. So don't worry about it, ya Sheikh. Another thing to know the Bidah from not Bidah. Okay, I think that's the only one. And the evidence that Bidah is dalala. I've given you Quran, I've given you that the Prophet used to say this after the khutbah. But this hadith now I'm giving you is in Bukhari. Reject it. Please reject it. Please reject it. It's in Bukhari. It's in Muslim. Rasulullah. And Aisha radiallahu anhu, al-Mu'mineen. She said, there was قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من أحدث في أمرنا هذا ما ليس منه فهو رد. Whoever brings something in this religion from what is not this matter of ours, obviously meaning this religion which is not from it, فهو رد. It's rejected. And another riwayah, another narration, it says من عمل أملا. Whoever does a thing, does an action, ليس عليه أمرنا, and that thing is not from what we have done, فهو راد. It is rejected, ya Sheikh. How can you risk your akhirah for this? For your pride and your self, you think you're so... As I was saying, when you say you have gotten something new, a bid'ah, is either you're saying that the Prophet Muhammad, he knew this and he hid it from us, or you're saying that he didn't know this, and you, 1,400 years later, because you are Sheikh al-Muslimin, Sheikh al-Islam, you are jahil. You think you have come up with this new thing. Wallahi, I'm sorry I'm insulting, but this thing, you don't know how deep it is. Every Friday, Rasulullah used to say, وَشَرُّ الْأُمُورِ مُحْدَثَاتُهَا وَكُلُّ. What do you know what kull means? Kullu, every bid'ah is a misguidance, and every misguidance is in the nar. Wallahi, let's fear Allah. And for your own sake, for your akhirah, nobody is fighting with you. I'm not saying this because I want to prove you that I'm more knowledgeable. Bro, don't you fear Allah? Don't you fear Allah? So wallahi, I end on this. And sorry, another thing, they like to bring this hadith where it's bid'ah hasana. There's nothing like bid'ah hasana. What do you understand by kullu bid'atin dalala? And they bring this hadith where it says, what does it say? Yeah, Sheikh. It says, anyone who does a good thing and people follow it, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, and people follow it, you have the reward of it. Can we use context? Can we read that? Do you think the hadith is it just comes at one point and nothing was happening? You think it's just like boom, and we have somebody just made it up? Things were happening. They were. Prophet Muhammad wasn't just sitting down and just, I got a hadith. Life was going on. So let's put it into context. The Prophet Muhammad, there was a Bedouin man. He was really tattered, and Prophet Muhammad said, he motivated them to donate to this man, and no one stood up. Then one man, he got up and he went to do it, and people followed him in doing this. Then Rasulullah, he said, Man sanna sunnatan hasana. How can you say bid'ah hasana? He's talking about a good thing, something that is part of the religion, right? It's not something that you bring into the religion, something that is already part of the religion that the Prophet Muhammad showed you how to do. And he revives the sunnah, basically. And people always talk about reviving the sunnah. You ever hear anybody say reviving the sunnah is ahlul bid'ah? Because it's this part of the religion, man. Sunnah sunnatan hasana. So basically, and Rasulullah said, if you do this and people follow you in reviving the sunnah, you will get a reward for it without reducing from theirs. Ahlul bid'ah, stay away from bid'ah. Not because my name is Mubarak, not because I got big biceps. No, because Rasulullah told you to. I'm saying bid'ah hasana. It's like saying shirk hasana. It's like saying kufr hasana. Because bid'ah is haram, shirk is haram, kufr is haram. Or it's like, let me even give you something smoke. I say something smoke, a small example. It's like saying good alcohol, you know. يعني كله every alcohol, every intoxicant is alcohol, and every khamr is haram. You can't come and say there is good alcohol because they already told you that. يعني, like wallahi, al-bidah, fear Allah. And I end on this. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.